right, so we start with Twitter marketing today. Um, of course, we all know what Twitter is and how powerful it is. That's where a whole lot of people, um, used to maybe create tweets or maybe like create some trade and all that. So there are a whole lot of people there, always and always. Reason being, that that's even the platform that most of all those politicians and all those top sports people use to post stuff. So there's always a whole lot of people there on Twitter every time. Even with their Twitter trends, so you get to see trends, and the hashtag on Twitter is actually very powerful. But let me confess one thing. If not that I added Twitter on this list, I wouldn't have even touched it. And the reason is that Twitter is actually very stupid. Twitter ads is just mad. If you notice, there was a time Twitter was somewhere around here, even after LinkedIn. After LinkedIn, we were to, whether after LinkedIn or Quora, we were to take Twitter ads, but I had to bring it down. I actually thought I could dodge it, but let's just treat it. Twitter ads really, and the reason is me, I don't even use it myself because it's not as powerful as the other platforms. One, and it's expensive and doesn't yield much results. I don't use it. I don't advise people to use it. I don't even advise my clients to use it. If I want to advertise on Twitter, best thing, and that's why if you notice, I did a little rearrangement here. I brought the influencer marketing here up. So if I want to market on Twitter, best thing is to do the influencer marketing. We'll still get to that. But since I already added the Twitter on this list, then I'll just show you how the Twitter platform works to advertise. But I'm not advising you to use it. You can just play around with it if you want to. Yeah. So let's jump into Twitter. All right. So this is my Twitter account. I'm sure you're already familiar with the whole interface. So let's go to. I'll click more here, more, and then you can see Twitter ads here. So you can click here directly, or if you maybe if you want to try something else, then you can just open a new tab, type ads.twitter.com. Still the same thing. It will still open the same page. They're just trying to keep it simple here. Again, I opened twitter.com and then clicked more here. Then you can see Twitter ads here. So that's what I did. Opening here, you can see they also have the objective. If you want to reach more people, to maybe maximize your ads reach, or if you want to get more video views, in-stream video views, that's to pay your ad with premium content. So that's like if there's some premium content on Twitter. I've not even seen all these before. That's why I just said it's not worth the whole money, because I've not seen a video on Twitter myself that is premium and then they put in ads inside there. Or maybe app installs, website clicks. I think this one would even be the one we want to do. So if you have like a website you want to advertise or engagement, these are the two ads people do run. The followers, I've not even seen anybody run this followers ad before. Highest thing people do is IFB. I follow back, so follow me, follow back, and all that. Or maybe they do some giveaway. This lockdown, people are doing a lot of giveaways on Twitter, and it's earning them so many followers. App re-engagement, not sure of that. So we just go ahead with this to any of these. It's almost the same thing. Let's go with website clicks. So that's like um, you know our objective for this campaign is to get website clicks. So I click here and then click next. All progress will be lost if you change objective. Are you sure? Yes, change objective. And the first time you are opening this ad account, the Twitter ad account, then you may see some messages trying to explain what it looks like and all that. It's all lies though. It's not as powerful as they say. So you can create your campaign name here. I don't know, maybe anything. maybe websites. I don't know. Let's see the marketing course, I guess. All right, and then you can the default funding here is credit debit card. So you leave that there. Then you can set your daily budget. They only have USD, so you cannot change currency. So this is, I want to spend 100 here. You can change this if you want. And then total budget. So total budget now has to come in if you set your start date and your end date. So you're saying in total, this is the amount I want to spend. So you can add that there. I'm sure you're already familiar with this, so we will not go into that. You can click this little thing here. You see the advanced. So the person here, that's like they have standard and accelerated. So standard means maybe in a day they can be showing your ads consistently. So maybe if they want to get, like, if you want to spend this $100 in a day, then I think Twitter can distribute that $100 evenly, right, from the beginning of the day to the end of the day. But if you go with accelerated, then you may likely exhaust this $100 in like 1 hour or 2 hours. Of course, they have the numbers according to them. They have the numbers and they can get you the traffic and all that. So that's the accelerated. But and again, if you want to just run a quick thing to see what it looks like, then you go with the accelerated. If your budget gets exhausted, then maybe you can just increase it. So let's leave it at this. This is our project's objective summary. As you are going, you'll be seeing a lot of summary here. So when we are done setting these, you just click next. Again, we have the ad group here. Don't worry about this message. So don't worry about this message. Somewhere down, we'll see the place to set the category. You create your ad group name. I'm sure you're already used to the way ads work now, where you have the campaign, you have the ad group. Facebook calls it ad sets. Then the other platforms call it ad group. So we have the campaign, we have the ad group, and then we have the ad. So this is the ad group name. So you can name it anything it's optional. If you don't name it, then you'll see something like untitled. You can see untitled here. If I start typing something here, you can see it's updating it there. So maybe just add, I don't know, maybe just add group 1. And then you can also set your ad groups start and end date. So this is like different from the campaign. So campaign is like the general duration you want to run the campaign, and then the ad group, you can optionally set the start date and the end date. If you don't set it, then it will go with the campaign's default selection. Then the total ad group budget. So for this very ad group, how much do you want to spend? It's optional. So if you leave it open, then it will use the one the selection you made on the campaign budget. Else it will use whatever you type in here. Then there's a bid type here. If you want the automatic bid, they always recommend that. The automatic bid is for them to bid it for you, so you don't have the control. Target cost is you want to set your bid yourself. You can see the amounts they're even putting here, $2.25 per website click. Well, I think Facebook is like Facebook, you can get website click at about 17 naira or maybe highest 20 naira. This 2.25, let's even check. 2. To convert 2.25 naira. You're looking at spending about 800 and this, if this is the correct exchange rate. So about 869 per click. You can see that's very expensive. And then if you take it to like 0.05, it will work. But of course, if they recommended a high amount and you're going very low, then it means they want to focus on the people who are giving them a lot of money. I'm sure you already used this logic now. So let's just leave it at the 2.25 for them. You can see measurements option. These are if you've installed the just like the Facebook Pixel and the other stuff. And this one is Google. I mean, this one is the double click. So you just leave this one if you've not installed. With that, we're done with the selection on the ad group. So let's go to targeting. All right, so this is where you define your audience. I'm sure you're used to the audience and interesting now. Tailored and flexible audiences. So let's see, we click search. You can see tailored audiences. That's for web. So if it's to like target people in the web or mobile audiences or a list of flexible audience targeting, let's go ahead with this. So you can just select, so that's like maybe you want to target people on the web, or you can just leave it open. So then let's leave it open. Then let's go to the demographics. You can see all pages here. I mean gender first, so whether both gender, male or female, or you can select anyone you want. Age, you can see all ages, or maybe if you want to set your age range, then you can select whatever here. You can just go ahead and select, but let's leave it at all ages. And then here we have locations, languages, and technology. So let me remove this Nigeria for now, and let's click here. You can see they have operating system versions, and then you can set whether it's Android or other ones or iOS. So let's click Android. You can see you can even target people based on the Android version they are using. Right, so if maybe you're doing like a mobile app and it's not you know, it doesn't work for other, maybe for lower Android versions, then you may want to go with a you may want to focus on showing it to people with the version you want. Let's go to the platforms. So if it should show on all Android devices or other ones, desktop and laptop computers, or the iOS, you just select whichever one. Languages, so you can do, there's a whole lot here. Of course you want to do English, but I mean if you're even targeting people in Lagos, then I mean people in Nigeria, then there may even be no need for the language thing. You can do device model. So they have a few devices here that you can target. And then carriers. Let's see if they have data in Nigeria. Let's see. Okay, so I think that doesn't apply to Nigeria. They don't have any. Yeah. So you can check if you are advertising maybe outside the country. So let's go to locations. You can see we can search Nigeria here and then click the add to add. So with that, the country is added, and you can add other ones. Let's see if they have Lagos. This is not our Lagos. I think it should be. What does PT mean? I mean, yeah, I think this is the Portugal's Lagos. This is not Nigeria's Lagos, so that means they don't have our Lagos. So you can only target people in Nigeria. Again, I've said I don't use it. Target people who first use Twitter on a new device or carrier. You can check if you want to set that. And then down here, you can do interest targeting. And by the way, if you have bulk, then you can click this button to upload more, or maybe followers or something. Let's cancel. So let's click here. You can target people based on their events. So maybe if there are people who like sports or any of this, you can just go ahead, browse it, and you see a whole lot. So you can add anyone that applies, maybe Premier League. Again, let's go to interest. Yeah, so if it's like a fashion brand, then you want to browse these and check all these and target those people. Let's go back to all. Conversion topic. Yeah, so if you know maybe some trending topics that are currently going on, then you can just search that topic there. I don't know, let's see if there's, you know, yeah, so you can just search the topic there, maybe a brand or TV show or something, and then you go ahead with that. Let me cancel this. So keywords, movie shows, followers, look alike. So if maybe you want to target, let's see. Yeah, so if you want to target maybe people who are following Dr. Joaba or like lookalikes of people who follow him, then you can go ahead and select these, or maybe any person. I don't know. Yeah, so you can target these people. Let me cancel that. All right. So and then you go down here. Recommendations. You can just check what this means, and then if you want it or not. Additional options. Also target. So if you want to also target people who are following you, then you go ahead with that. And then let's click next. Remember the category thing they are talking about here. So let's go down to add categories. So we can now search if maybe I'm advertising like a fashion brand, then I can just search fashion. So that's the category. Or maybe I don't know. Let's see if we have like education. Yeah. Um, do they have something like marketing? Okay. Yeah. So you can just set whatever category works for you, and then maybe set your website domain here and all these, and then here this is where you create your destination URL. Remember, we are advertising to get clicks to or website visits, so you set where you want to send the traffic to. Yeah, and then but even at this it will not work, so because you have to go select the image. Twitter, they have the image or the media library here. If I click here, it will take me to the page that shows all the pictures I've uploaded on Twitter. I can select anyone I want to use for this campaign. It will work here. If not, then I go ahead and select tweets. And this is one of the reasons I said the Twitter ads platform is just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me, because personally on these very accounts I've not been able to even see all the tweets I've tweeted. Every time I come here to select so I can use it to advertise, you see it keeps saying nothing matched your search. So this place never shows me anything, but if it shows, I'll switch to another page that actually do show tweets here. You may be lucky it works for you. Again, I told you I'm not even bothered about this. And if you notice, we are just fast here because there's actually no need spending much time here. So if it works, then you will just go ahead, select whichever tweet you want to use and promote that website clicks you want to promote, or you go ahead and select new one. After this, now if you select that and click the next button, then it takes to the page to do campaign review, where you review everything about your campaign, and then you click the button. Let's even see if we can move. All right, so it takes to this page, but then it will not work because we've not been able to select our creative here. It takes to this page. So let me quickly switch to a different account and use that to advertise. Yeah. Cheetah ads. Okay, this is one that even has a couple of data down here. So let me go to create campaign here. Website clicks. Now note something, I'm clicking website clicks. Let's see what will happen. I'm not even clicking tweet engagement, just website clicks. Next, so start over. I'll leave all these and just go next. Let's leave it, go next. You see the targeting thing, so it's fine. Let's go next. And now we're on the creative. Now, if you notice, we've not even seen that option. Remember, I selected website clicks. Now, there's no option here to even set the website where I want to advertise. On my personal account, the option was there to set the to set where I'm targeting, or to set the destination URL for the website clicks. But here, those options are not there. But now I can see all the tweets I have, so I can select the one I want to use for the ad. All right, so I can select the one I want to use for the ad and then click next. I can also click here to preview and see, see what it will look like, both on web, Android, and iOS. No, I won't want to spend much time here. You can actually select multiple tweets if you want to, and then you just go ahead and click next, then submit. It will ask you to add your card details. You add your card details, and you go on. That's it about Twitter ads. Again, I don't use it, and I don't advise people to use it. Mostly I use the influencer marketing. If you have any question on that Twitter, let me know, then we move on to this one. Okay, I guess no question. So influencer marketing, now this has to do with getting like popular brands out there, not really brands, but like people who have a lot of followers, or yeah, people who have maybe a lot of followers, and so you want to pay them to advertise your brand for you. Now, why will you want to do that? Reason is, most people who follow these guys believe um that if these guys put up something out there, then it's actually very nice. And it's not just like not just like the Tunde Nuts guys, because of course those ones, they post a lot of things and all that. Definitely they're influencers as well, and they push they drive the market very well because they have the numbers. I mean, these are people that have over 1 million followers. So the Tunde guy have even used it to advertise a brand before, and it's worked very well. So they put a lot of traffic to my brand. And there are other people um, that have established their names in in the like the social media space very well, that if um if they put out something, maybe something that has to do with maybe setting up a bank or something. I know one guy, there's one guy on Twitter that one Ruby's brand, this is Ruby's.ng. Ruby's used him, so it's like a bank. It's owned by High Street Bank, so it's like a virtual thing that you get to create, set up accounts and everything at home, and they even deliver ATM card to you. Now, I didn't even know about these guys, and if I just saw their ad on Twitter, I wouldn't even click on it. But they went ahead and used this very popular guy that a lot of people are following, and the guy helps people a lot. So he let me close this so I won't be advertising these guys. So a lot of people follow the guy, a lot of people trust him and all that. So the smart thing they did was to go get that guy to advertise or to talk about their brand. So the guy kind of tweeted a couple of things on Twitter, and so many people joined that platform. So many people converted, including me. So the Rubies has even become like my official bank. So when I got to use it, I got to know that it's actually very nice. And so the influencer marketing now is all about getting people who have a voice out there to say something about your brand. It's kind of builds that trust. It builds that trust because people trust these guys, and so they believe that for this person to be associated with this brand, then it means he like the brand has been tested and trusted or whatever. So it means it's not like some sort of scam out there and all that. And so why I actually brought the influencer marketing immediately after the Twitter is, since I don't use the Twitter, then mostly I use influencers to push whatever brand I want to advertise on Twitter. Right. So these people, they like most of them also people who take the influencer thing full time. They have like a group they have like a group of people that maybe like a WhatsApp group or something. So they have those guys there. And then when they get like a job, when they get like an influencing job, they will discuss it among themselves. They know how to come up with the creatives. They come up with the text themselves, like the tweets themselves. They know the kind of thing that their audience, respond to the most, and so they try to wrap whatever brand they're advertising around what works for their followers, right? And so most times, if I want to, I mean, even if you want to promote a trend, I mean, to promote like a hashtag, right? So maybe you have a hashtag that you want to promote. Those hashtags, you will see the hashtag there, because many people, when they come on Twitter, they want to go to trending to see what's trending. So, and so when they go to trending, they see your hashtag trending there. Most likely they want to open. Oh, let me see, and then they are seeing a whole lot of people talking about it. So instead of uh, paying Twitter to do the work for you, go ahead and check some guys. Some guys out there. There are so many people, and not all of them will work. All right, not all of them will work depending on the industry. So you cannot get somebody that advocates for people a lot to come and talk about your fashion business. It will likely not work. And so of course, if you need me to assist and maybe recommend a couple of guys based on the industry, then that could be like a private thing. So you can send me a private message. I can recommend some guys to you. I can also tell you a couple of guys I've used, and then both on Twitter and on Instagram. These things work very well. And the good thing is that these guys don't even charge too much. You just go ahead and send a message to them. Because this is their business, right? This is how they earn, and that's why they try to get so many people to follow them. That's why they do a lot of giveaways. They say follow this person and then send your account number, and you stand a chance of maybe winning like 5,000 or something, because it's with the numbers there that they get to earn a lot. And so if you have a brand and maybe you want to advertise on maybe like Tunde Notes page or Instablock, if you open their Instagram page, then I think somewhere down there they have their email address, so you can contact them via email. Just send a message to them. Hey, Instablock, I want to know your advert rates, because this is what they do full time. They even have like a full, like a full page rate that shows everything. So if you want them to just post, maybe to just post to just post maybe like just picture, or maybe just video, or if you want them to do it for you, even all those comedians, this is how they earn, this is how they make money, advertising, pushing brands for people. So you can send a message to all those guys. Definitely, I think it will be their managers that will follow up on you. um, like Brother Shaggy. I know a brand I've worked for before got to use Brother Shaggy. So the guy, not he didn't only create a post for them, he actually did a skit for them. So they paid for the skit, and then with everything with everything at once. So he created a video for them, and then he also posted it on his page. So because he has a lot of followers, that very day the account was almost blowing up. So many people sending messages, trying to contact and all that. So the influencer marketing is actually very, very powerful, very, very powerful. People trust these guys, and so like these guys have built, made a name over time, and so whatever they put out there, you're sure um, that okay, these guys are like tested and trusted. Most times also there are many of them that are just interested in making the money, so they won't even care to verify if the business actually makes sense or not. But those that don't want anything to rubbish their name, they want to send their managers to check the company very well to be sure it's not some sort of scam, so they will not associate themselves with something that will damage their brand, for just a little money. And most of these influencers though, so like the hashtag I promoted on Twitter and the influencer I used, I actually paid him about 80K to trade to trend one hashtag. So that's like if you want to maybe trend an hashtag for maybe like three hashtags or something. So you maybe do one now, maybe another one after like a week or something, And a hashtag, if trended, kind of stays there for about 4 hours, I guess. Yeah. So imagine someone pushing your hashtag to to number one. Your hashtag getting to be number one on the trend list for about 4 hours. So that means a lot of people coming up there, they are seeing the hashtag there, and that means a lot for your business. So again, you need to research to know who will work best for your brand, and then you can go ahead and use it. Is anybody trying to say something?
Yes, please. I wanted to know how long. So that 8K was just for a few hours. It wasn't for over a number of days.
Yeah, it was just to trend the hashtag, and if hashtag is trended, it stays there for about 4 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, Twitter has a lot of people, millions of people. So if it stays there for about 4 hours, that means your brand is reaching a whole lot of people. And also, what some of them actually do is, they will create some fake. I don't know. They will create some fake maybe celebrities page, and they will be like, um, maybe reply under this thread, or maybe like post a comment under this thread and using this hashtag, and then you earn like 5,000. I'm not sure, but so that's why you actually need to research on who you want to use to be sure it's not just those kind of guys that that post something like that. If you see that at the end the hashtag will trend, but when people open it, they'll just be seeing some giveaway thing, so it doesn't speak anything about the business. So you want to check to be sure that the person you're using has been doing something like this before, and you're also open to check how people do engage with their post. If someone can have like 500K followers, and when he creates a post he gets like maybe like two or three um, comments and likes, so that doesn't make sense. You want to check for people who do get a lot of engagement. So that's it. Again, if you need me to maybe recommend a couple of guys to you, then you can send a message. That could be like a private thing. Uh, if there is any question, you can ask. Else, we'll move on to campaign tracking by URL. All right. So now, now this is how. Let me just say something. You see this link here. This link dmland.mogadi.com. Now, if you remember, most of the campaigns we've been running, we've just been pasting the link like this, dmland.mogadi.com, and that's all. So there's no way to know what's happening. If you're running a very massive campaign across different platforms, and maybe different campaigns with different names targeting different things, so you can be seeing a lot of traffic, but you don't really know maybe which of the campaigns is sending these people to your site, where this person is coming from, um, maybe what this person actually clicked. So you can be getting a lot of traffic, but it's not just to get the traffic. You also want to gather as much data as possible. Remember, data is the keyword. So you want to also gather as much data as possible, so you at the end you will know which of the campaign was most successful, which of the advert network was most successful. So with this now, we can not track anything. We cannot track anything. Although Google Analytics will try to get like source and medium based on where maybe top referrals and all that, but we can have control over that and set things the way we want. So let's jump into this campaign tracking by URL. There's a quick tool I like to use, owned by Google. Um, campaign Google campaign builder. Yeah. So Google URL campaign builder. You can just search something like this. So I think if you even remove these, yeah, even if you search campaign URL builder, you'll still get this. So this is a very nice tool, and this is actually for non-technical people, because this is what at the end, this is what the URL will look like. So this is what you will end up using. This is like a one I just created recently. So this is what you will end up using. And if you're non-technical, then you may forget all these. You may not know what to use here. You may not know UTM campaign, what it looks like and all that. So when you open it, it should take you to a page that looks like this. Vivian, are you trying to say something?
No.
All right. Okay, so when you open, you should see a page that looks like this. The first thing is the website URL. I already typed it here. So this is like dmlearn.mortgagee.com. So this is my URL. They are actually saying you should type, and you'll see a little description under here that explains what each of these mean. So you see a little description here, what it looks like. So I probably should add https://. All right. I actually don't care about the www. Then the campaign source, you can see examples here. So it actually means the referrer. Sorry, somebody called, so I think it's disconnected. Stop. So this place here means this is the referrer. So if you are advertising on Google, then you may want to type Google here. If it's like a Google Ads, if it's a newsletter, then you may want to use newsletter here. If maybe you're advertising on Quora, Quora. Yeah, if you're advertising on Quora or maybe LinkedIn, then you may want to use. So any of these sources, the sources where the where you're actually advertising this thing. So let's just go ahead and type Google, I guess. And then the marketing medium. So this means, is it CPC? CPC is like cost per click. All right. So is it CPC? Is it like a banner ad? Is it an email ad? Or so you can actually put anything that helps you identify which medium they actually use to click here. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just use PPC. So this like pay per click. So like I'm advertising on pay per click, or I don't know. Maybe let me just do search. All right. So that means I'm advertising on the Google Search Network. That's the medium. The source again is Google. The medium is search, and then campaign name. And this means if I'm doing like a YouTube ad, then I can just do like YouTube here. If I'm doing like I don't know, maybe like Gmail, then I can do Gmail here. So I'll do yeah, I'll do search here. So we are doing Google search here, and then the campaign names. If I can have like different campaign names here that I want to track. So if I'm creating one campaign that maybe, yeah, you can see example here. Maybe if you're advertising like a product, so that's if the campaign is to advertise a product, or you want to advertise a promo code or slogan or anything. So like spring sale, you can. So let's say I'm doing maybe lockdown promo. Probably not very good, but it's okay. So lockdown promo. This is fine to track all this. So this means when I begin to track, and I'll also show you how it's being tracked. So when I begin to track these, I can actually know which of my campaign is sending which traffic, to my site. And then you can do the campaign terms, you can add campaign contents, you can just read down here to see what it means. But I'm just focused on these three. The four. You see the asterisks here, so these are the important ones. You cannot do without these ones if you actually want to track uh, the traffic using the URL. So having added these now, you can see scrolling down here a little, then you can see it generates the URL for me. So maybe I can highlight and copy, or just click here to copy. Or if I want to shorten the URL using Bitly, then I'll click here, it will shorten the URL for me. I'm sure you know what Bitly means. Bits. So it's used to shorten URLs. If you remember, I think the art I created for this class was something like bit.ly/dmlen, if I'm correct. Oh yeah, so actually shortened. See, I shortened the the URL. This is the full URL. This is um the full invitation link. I use that bit.ly to shorten it. It's a nice tool, especially maybe if you are creating a tweet that of course tweet has a limited number of characters you can use, and so you want to shorten the URL, so you can go ahead and shorten it. So that's what this thing means. So if you want to shorten these, then you can click here. It will take you to that bit.ly site where you can shorten it. I'll just copy these and then we see how this actually works. Now to track this, I'll need my Google Analytics. If you remember Google Analytics here at the introduction. So I'll need that my Google Analytics. And if you remember again, we installed the Google Analytics code on our website. So that's why we can track everything happening on our website. So let's open Google Analytics and then we will see what happens. This is my personal account, so I'm switching to the DMlen account. All right, so this means about 8 minutes ago somebody opened this website. So I copied the URL here now. You see, I just copied here now, and I'm opening a new tab. I paste it here. Now this is assuming you are, maybe you are, while running the ads or while running the campaign, this is the URL you are using out there. So when somebody clicks on it, it will take the person to open the page, or to open the link that looks like this. I don't want to go to the whole complex thing of setting up a new campaign, waiting for them to approve and then getting to click, or setting up a website to add a link. We can just directly enter it here just to see what it will look like. So I've pasted it here and I click enter. So still the same thing. It still opens my website. Of course, this is the major thing. It still opens my website. But these extra parameters here helps to send additional data to analytics. Okay, with this you can see one person active now. So let's go to real-time reports to see what's happening there. All right, we are here now. You can see this is me, that's traffic. Let's go to traffic sources here. You can see here that this person came from Google. So this is from a Google ad, and the medium is Google search. You can see Google search here. Now this is very, very nice, just so in case you're having like 1,000 people on your site, you need to know which traffic is even, which advertisement channel is even working best, so you know where to focus more on, right? And this campaign here means that the person is actually coming from a campaign. And let's even click to see what happens there. Okay, it's not opening another page, but when this now begins to build and you see a lot of data, you can come somewhere in acquisition, and then you can see campaigns. Under campaigns, then you can see all the campaigns you have listed there. You can see which one, so you can even begin to track to see which of those campaigns actually yield results and which one doesn't. And so it's not just to advertise and just put a link here that people click and that's all. It's also goes down to tracking and monitoring the channel, the sources, the medium, and which of the campaigns is sending this person to your site, so you know how to optimize it better. Again, how I got to this page, I just opened Google and searched campaign URL builder. If you're able to cram this, then you can manually do this yourself, but this one just helps non-tech people to know how to easily structure this without having to think too much. And that's it about tracking maybe a campaign or something using the campaign URL. If you have any question, then let me know, please. All right, I think no question. So let's go to Google Trends. I'm surprised we've taken over 30 minutes already. I was actually thinking it would be a 30 minutes class. Let's go to Google Trends and know what happens. Google Trends. This is a very nice tool I do use. It's a website by Google that analyzes the popularity of top search queries in Google search across various regions and languages. Right? So Google search allows you to see what's happening on, Google Trends allows you to see what is happening on Google search. What's happening on Google search, how people are searching for things and all that. And then it also shows like the location where people are searching for these things. So it helps you to structure your ads well, to know where to even target, so you don't end up targeting people that don't even care about your business. To get here, you can either just Google Trends, and the first link here, it will show you this, or you can just type trends.google.com. It's the same thing. It will still take you to the same page. So I'll close this one. This is the Google Trends page, and you can see everything happening here. This is my own personal account. Of course, all these Google products, you need to be signed in to access them. So in case you're trying to access, I've not tried to access it without being signed in. Let's even check if it will work. Oh, okay. Google still sees me signed in. So let me try another browser that I think I've not. Let's use incognito here. Trends.google. Okay, you can see the sign in button here, so you have to sign in. But I think that doesn't mean you still will not be able to search or to check what's happening. So we're back here again now. So this is Google Trends, and how I got here, I typed trends.google.com, or I searched Google Trends on Google. So this is the page. You want to first of all set your country where you want to target. So let's see what's happening in Nigeria. All right, so let's just collapse this. This is just showing you example of what's happening around. So let's just hide these and go down. Latest stories, and then you can search. So this is what's recently trending. I keep up with the latest trend. So this is what is recently trending, what people are searching for. You can do more trending searches to see everything happening. So as at Friday, this is what people are checking, and all these, a whole lot of things here. Trump briefing today. Yes, so let's go back and we will do our own check ourselves, just to go down a little and see everything happening. 2020 demographics primaries and all that. So, and then here you can also click year in search to see all the trending things, on in this year. So like 2019, you can go in here to see what people searched for the most. So I think Naira Marley actually trended a lot. Um, and all this, so you can check this. So now let's see how to use this. So assuming my business is like a fashion thing, then I can just type fashion here. You can check whether you want to use the search term, the topic, television channel, or these. I will leave all of that and just hit enter. All right, so you can see what people have been searching in the past 12 months. You can see past 12 months here, and you can set these anyhow you want to. You can also see the category here. So if you want to narrow it down by category, then you can go ahead and use that. If you're focused on web search, all this, of course, we leave web search there. So you can see the graph here, Abby charts, how, so there was a peak here up to about 100 people search for fashion related stuff. You can go down, down, down and check all this. You can also see by region. You can see by region the people that even do search. So this is like in the last 12 months. So it means people in some part of Nigeria did not even bother to check anything about fashion. You can see Akwa Ibom. I'm not sure why Akwa Ibom is actually leading. And all these. You can go inside to check, to see all these, and then other related topics. So related topics, related queries. You can see what people have been checking. So now let's be a little specific. So let's assume I want to, my business is, or let's say I want to do digital marketing, and let me enter. Let's do I want to do the last 1 month. Okay, so in the last 1 month, you see on this day, March 17, about 41 people searched digital marketing on Google. 40, and then it went up a little, it came down. You can see all this, the way it's going. So April 7th, about 100 people. And then 8, nobody even searched. So maybe, I don't know, maybe 8 was a Sunday or something. On this day, nobody even searched. So you can come down a little to even check the locations where people are searching for these things the most. Bauchi, so this actually helps you. So if you're creating an ad that targets people, maybe people in, I don't know, maybe people in Akwa Ibom. I think this is Akwa Ibom. So maybe people in Akwa Ibom. This will now let you know that nobody in Akwa Ibom is even researching for anything digital marketing. So it means more people in Bauchi are checking for this search interest. It means more people in Bauchi are actually checking for this. And then you can see Kaduna as well. So that will now help me to know how to narrow down or how to properly target these people. So I can now create ads that will focus on people in Bauchi. And then maybe let me go down a little. Let's search something like learn digital. Let's see if we can get some data. Sometimes you can check and you will not see anything. Okay, so you can see it's only Lagos that we have, and there's nothing here. So let's go to something else. Let's check something like African fashion. Or maybe African wear. Or let's say male wears. This one will be a very good example. I want to use the compare feature. So I'll compare male wears and by the way, let's do maybe like past 90 days. Or let's do past 12 months for a year. Yeah, so this is what it looks like for a year. And then let's compare it with female years. Okay, so you can see that people actually search female ears more than male ears. You see, this is higher, this is lower. So you can see it goes up. So while this one got 0 on this day, female ears got about 65. So you can use this to know how to structure your ads, and if people are actually checking for it. So with this, it means it's only Lagos and Abuja people that are interested in this. Most times, if you're searching for something, sometimes they do show, like if they have data there, they do show search queries or related queries, what those people actually searched on Google. So you can check what they've been searching. You can add more things to compare here. I don't know, maybe children. Yeah. You can still add more and add more, so you can compare many things. So to get a clear understanding on how best to structure it. So as you're going, it will be changing the colors just to make it clearer when you're checking it. Google Trends is a very nice tool. It's a very nice tool. So with this, you can see Abuja only female ears only in Abuja, while the other ones are Lagos. So Lagos are checking both male ears, female ears, and children ears. Very nice tool. You can go ahead and play with these. I don't know if they have mobile app. Google Trends Play Store. Okay, I think they have. I don't know if this is from Google. This is not Google, so they don't have a mobile app for people that are not checking your system. But I think the site should be very responsive. So if you are inspect, the site should be very responsive, I think. So if you are using phone to check it, then you should have a very good view on the phone as well, and you can compare it. All right, so this is what it will look like on phone. Okay, that's it about Google Trends.